Well, this is usually the point in the video where I would usually sing the first Pokemon theme for this region. The problem with Sinnoh is that Sinnoh's track is horrible. Like, literally, the first 3 or 4 lines in the fucking opening track for Diamond and Pearl's first opening is Pokemon, Pokemon. Let that set the tone for the entire fucking video. Let's get into it. Yo, what's up guys? TheInsaneGamefreak here to bring you my motherfucking region review for Sinnoh! Yeah! Yeah, I'm a little off today. Anyways, it's been a minute, but I figured I need to kill this out before the end of the year. That way next year, when Best Wishes may or may not end, I don't have to worry about any other Pokemon in terms of, like, regions. I may do the movies eventually, but it's not really on the top of my list right now. So anyways, we're going to get into Sinnoh. And before I say anything, we're going to get another fan's retrospective like I usually do. And so you're going to get that, and then I'm going to give you my entire opinion on the series and just tell you why I think it's the worst out of all of it. So, go.
Talk to you guys. What's up everybody, it's Russ Croxton. I'm here to talk to you guys about Pokemon Diamond and Pearl series, Gen 4. Did I like it? No. And why am I doing this video? Because TheInsaneGamefreak said I can make a rant just like him. What didn't I like about it? It was way too freaking long. Why they did that? I'm mad at them for it. They never said anything, you know, it was just really, really long. The time between gym battles was really long. The only exception was, I think, the first and second gym. It was like a short couple episodes. And it wasn't, compared to the rest of the series, it was pretty short. The other thing I hated about it was how horrible they made Turtwig after he evolved. I actually, you know, the starters, I didn't really like them in Gen 4. In the games, you know, I picked Chimchar because I'm a fire type user. That's my favorite kind. But I didn't even like Chimchar that much until he went to the final form in the anime. And Turtwig, you know, as I was watching him in the anime, I was like, damn, you know, he's pretty cool. I like him. And then they screwed him over when he evolved into Grotto. And I was like, why? He did not win a single match after he evolved. Except against Team Rocket, and you can't really say much about that. I mean, Team Rocket always loses. And I felt like it was just horrible development for Turtwig. You know, I finally like a grass starter. Well, no. Never mind. I'm not. I take that back. I like Treecko from last gen. But, I mean, they ruined him. They like, ruined him completely. And, you know, I felt pretty bad. And then, the whole giving Apom up. What the heck? She only participated in 2 gyms, and he traded her over to Dawn. And Dawn, she was just horrible. Like, the fact that she thought she was better than Ash by giving him advice, I was like, what the heck are you talking about? This is your first time being a Pokemon trainer. You just started. Ash has been doing this for like years now. You know, even though he hasn't aged, he's been doing it for years. He's got more experience than you'll ever have. And, you know, so, you know, that was horrible. It was horrible. The way Dawn and the fact that she cried and complained after every loss. When May lost, she didn't whine and complain and cry about it. No, she just used that to make herself stronger. And that's why I admired May. Because she actually, you know, took her losses and reconfigured herself, rethought everything, so that in the next contest, she would do better. And she would. No, Dawn would cry and complain and just whine. I did not like watching that. I will say the gym battles were memorable, though. I mean, they actually looked interesting and kept it interesting. I will say this, though, for Chimchar's sake. The fact that he was able to evolve twice, not once, twice, between the 7th gym and the 8th gym, just tells you how long the series was when it came to fillers. Which is why I didn't really like this series. And then Pikachu, mastering Volt Tackle and using everything. I actually thought Volt Tackle was a pretty cool attack. So as soon as I was able to get it, I was always trying to constantly get that move because it was so freaking awesome. Even though it was pretty risky to use. And then Starly, not my favorite flying type of the region, but better than Noctowl. And my favorite will always go to Pidgeot. I'm sorry. Swallow was pretty cool too. Swallow's number 2. Starly evolved pretty fast actually. When it was injured and it saved, he saved all the bird Pokemon by rescuing them, and he evolved. And then learned Brave Bird. I loved it when he was teaching him Brave Bird, and how he was able to use that, and develop the attack more and more each time he used it, making it actually pretty useful. And then Staraptor, when he evolved into a Staraptor was when he was battling Paul. That's another thing. Paul, cool rival. Like, I hated him. When I first saw the box art and the whole drawing of Paul, I was like, so I'm guessing Brock's really not going to be in this one. He's gone forever. And this Paul character is going to be the new guy. The new guy. And, he actually looked pretty cool. A little angry, but I would get used to that. And, it turns out he was a rival and he was complete, ass to everybody. Like, literally everybody. And, except for the adults, he had respect for adults. But even his brother, who was older than him, he didn't care. He told him straight up what was up. And, his attitude towards Ash and his way of training. Everybody has their style of training. I don't know why he has to, counter against every single other way that's different from his tactics. But, whatever. But, I did like him as a rival. It actually pushed Ash to his limits. The fact that Ash lost to him every time they battled was a little too much. I would have expected, 2 losses, maybe 3, and then Ash would finally, throw him over, or at least do something. The fact that the 6-on-6 was the total beatdown, Ash only took it down 2. I was like, what the heck? What? How is that even possible? But I did like the variety that Paul had when it came to his Pokemon. He didn't use the same ones ever. Like, he kept, except for, Elekid all the way to Electivire, he kept constantly switching his teams. So we actually got to see a lot of Pokemon involved in this series. And, have them...
Okay, so you got another fan's retrospective on the series and what the fuck he hates about the damn series. So, here's my whole spiel. Now, I'm going to be fair about this. I'm not going to bash the living shit out of I am going to mention the good points of Sinnoh. Because Sinnoh does have some good points. One of its best, honestly, in my opinion, one of the best good points about Sinnoh is the rival. A lot of people go, well, Paul is an awesome rival. Why could you hate Sinnoh? I'll give you that. Paul was a really well done rival. He was way more developed than Gary, and for people who argue he's probably the best rival in the series, I'll give you that. He probably is the best rival in the series. Because you felt like there was a rivalry between them, and you felt like there were 2 mindsets clashing against each other when him and Ash went at it. And I like the whole development they did with Chimchar, and through how he used to be Paul's, and then Paul abandoned him, and Ash kind of saved him. And so, Ash was training his to show that his style works better, and that his style wasn't just a piece of shit like Paul liked to play it off as. The one thing I will admit, though, an argument against that, though, is like, wow, Ash lost every match against Paul. Honestly, when you boil it down to it, when Ash finally whooped his ass with Infernape, made it so much more satisfying because Ash hadn't won a match against him ever at all. So when he finally got that win off of him, it was like it was almost on the level of Gary. Mind you, I think Gary's just has a little bit more of a nostalgia connection for it. That's why that one worked so well. But fucking that came pretty fucking close, and that is a good rivalry. That is one of the best things about Sinnoh in terms of rivalry. The second good thing about Sinnoh is Ash had a pretty competent team. Surprisingly, he had what? Pikachu, Torterra, and Infernape, which is one of the few times he's had two of the starter evolutions, full evolutions, which is shocking. But anyways, Pikachu, Torterra, Infernape, Staraptor, Bleasel, Pikachu, and he had Gibble that went in and out and shit. That was essentially his team. And he was beasted. That was a beast fucking team. And I guess another pro I could say is that Brock did have quote unquote development in terms of him wanting to become a doctor, even though I don't really count that, but I'll give that to you mainly because I think after that, that's like the only thing I give Sinnoh. Because after that, Sinnoh to me is in the shitter. Unless I run into something while I'm doing a review. And people are going to go, oh man, Sinnoh's not that bad, you're just hating on Sinnoh. No. Sinnoh starts the fucking worst trend in the Pokemon franchise. That's the first thing against it. And what is that trend? You make Ash retarded at the beginning of the fucking region. They did this and ripped and just insulted Hoenn. Actually, a lot of things in Sinnoh were done better in Hoenn and insulted in Hoenn. And you insult Hoenn. Sinnoh insults Hoenn in so many ways. And this was the first reason. In the third region, in Hoenn, he came off as a mentor to May. Dawn is almost set up exactly like May. And yet Ash acts retarded as fuck. For God's sakes, he loses the first gym battle. Because he pulls the same bullshit he pulled with Brock. This fucking Iron Tail bullshit. No! I mean, not Iron Tail, this fucking fighting a rock gym with an electric type bullshit. No! That was fucking stupid. And it just set the tone for the rest of the region. Mind you, I don't hate the... You know, it is annoying he lost against the first gym. But it's just this fucking setup that you make him retarded at the beginning of every region. Which is one of the reasons why Best Wishes kind of is being hurt right now. Because Best Wishes has him falling under the same pretense. And it's pretty fucking annoying. But the reason why they did that, and this is my perception. The reason why they did that is because they wanted Ash to go through one of the second things I kind of hate about this region. Him to start using specific techniques. Like, for him to have strategies. Like the same damn strategy. And what I'm referring to is the fucking spin dodge, the spinning on the ground, just a whole bunch of bullshit spinning tricks he's had like all of his Pokemon fucking do. And a lot of people would go, well, this to me, this kind of counts as a double-edged sword. I can kind of go both ways with this. I can see the pro is, well, at least Ash is actually trying to have strategies in his fights now. He wasn't playing off the bullshit that he'd been playing off the first three regions. That's the pro. The con is, this contradicts Ash's mindset through the first three regions. His first three regions was to come up with strategies on the fly and not to rely on type and disadvantages and disadvantages. This nigga always would just randomly do shit. He never tried to just come up with one campy ass strategy and then reuse the strategy 6 times, which is what he ends up doing in Sinnoh. He reuses the spinning dodges and the attacking all the fucking time. And it's just like, really? We're going through this again? Fuck! The Brock shit is about equal from both regions, from the other regions, because Brock has just been bullshit. As I said, the only thing I give you Brock is that, oh, Brock decided to be a fucking doctor. Even though he spent fucking, what, 3 or 4 regions as a fucking breeder? What the hell? And he wasn't working towards his goal. I will say, and then, okay, and with Ash, that's like the main 2 things that suck about Sinnoh. The next thing that sucks about Sinnoh is Dawn. Now, a lot of people are going to say, oh, this is personal bias. You just don't like Dawn. Well, that is true. But the other reason is, she's a bad version of May. Honestly, Dawn, a lot of people think Dawn is cool. A lot of people like Dawn. The problem with me liking Dawn is that Dawn isn't any different from May. Which makes me go, why the fuck should I give a crap about Dawn when I have May? Honestly. You know, a lot of people will argue your point. What is so great about May? Well, the fact that May actually had some fucking character development was one thing. Dawn is set up exactly like May after a point. Literally after May decides to become a fucking contest, becomes a coordinator. After that, Dawn is like a copy-paste version of that same damn character. And what makes it even dumber is that Dawn had decided to become a contest coordinator from the fucking beginning. So some of the mistakes she makes in the damn series doesn't make sense for a person who wants to be a coordinator. If you want to be a coordinator, you should have some basic knowledge. And a lot of people are going to argue, well, Ash wasn't like that. Well, here's the thing about Ash. Ash's dream was to become a Pokemon master. But Ash is shown in kind of stereotypical in the sense that he's fucking retarded. Also, the fact that the Pokemon series have always made like the girls smarter than Ash, except for May, and that was only at the beginning. Then May became like, you know, typical girl bullshit. So Dawn not getting some of this makes no sense, especially when her mom is a fucking. Her mom was a coordinator, a champion-winning coordinator. Ash, we don't know anything about his father. We know his mom wasn't into Pokemon battling. So it would make sense that Ash didn't get the basics. Her mom was a fucking coordinator. What the hell? Some of the mistakes Dawn makes is retarded. Purely retarded. I don't agree with that mindset. Oh yeah, let's just have Dawn be May. And people go, well, what's so great about Dawn? Dawn went through some characterization. She kind of came out the gate not knowing what she wanted to do. She had to grow accustomed to the whole concept of battling. She wasn't even a huge fan of battling. She really just wanted Pokemon and just wanted to see the fucking world. And didn't know what the fuck she really wanted to do in terms of where she was going to go with Pokemon. That made sense. And then, you know, she got into contest battles. She started to enjoy it. She learned the concept of Poffins and shit. We got rivals. Fucking Dawn's rival is a childhood friend and a chick. Mind you, I don't have anything against those rivals. But like, I kind of like Drew and Harley better than Zoe and Kenny. Just saying, mind you. I mean, those two characters were different. Kenny is just a childhood friend who just start fights. Zoe was kind of like her mentor favorite character. Harley and Drew are almost the same way. Zoe is like Drew. And fucking Kenny and Harley are probably different in the sense that Harley was played off as like this quote-unquote best friend, but he was actually a dick. And Kenny's played off as just a best friend who's just a natural dick as a best friend. Like, the hell. I'm sorry, like, Dawn didn't do anything to differentiate to differ herself from the other girls. Like, there are traits about each specific girl that relates. Dawn is May. Dawn is May. Is May, essentially. After a point is May. And it's just like, what the fuck is so special about Dawn? That's really what it boils down to. I guess the next thing I'm going to mention about why Sinnoh sucks. And this really isn't on the anime itself. This is more on the translation thing. This is the region. This is the first full region we got the dub in. So we had to deal with shitty voice acting, which is really bad considering it's the Pokemon franchise. The one franchise you should have let 4Kids keep, you gave to Pokemon USA, who can't pick voices for shit for the most part. And the funny thing is that you still end up using 4Kids voice actors anyway. Like, we're hearing Jason Griffith right now as Silent. It's like, what the fuck was the point? I don't know. This is a nitpick, mind you. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, the next thing I guess I should mention is the fucking gym leaders. The gym leaders have all been kind of consistent, except for probably the first region. I think like anything from like Johto and 4 have been consistent in how they are set up. But Sinnoh is the first region that decides to take these giant fucking gaps in between gym leaders, and Best Wishes is kind of doing it too. But fucking Sinnoh was offensive with that shit. The Fantina shit dragged out for so goddamn long. Why? Just fucking why? The one thing I just don't understand about these fucking gym leaders is just, why were the gaps in between episodes so fucking huge? It was insane. Fantino is the biggest offender of that shit. It's actually enough to not make me drop it in the middle. Best Wishes might have the same problem. Best Wishes never got so bad with it where I dropped off of the fucking series because of it. The fucking gaps in between gym matches were offensive as shit. I guess the other thing I should relay is talking about the Pokemon, what is it, Team Plasma? Yeah, Team Plasma, I believe. No, is it Team Plasma? Or is it Team Galaxy? I don't know, it's one, I think it's Team Galaxy. Yeah, it's Team Galaxy. What the fuck was going on there? And the reason why I say that is because what the fuck was Team Galaxy's point, honestly? And the reason why I say this is because the only mean bad guy character we had to deal with was fucking Hunter J. And that was just through random shit. It like, in terms of, and I don't even think she's Team Galactic. She's just fucking a random annoying character. And it was like redundant. Mind you, she isn't a bad character. She just, you know, where the fuck did Team Galactic go? Because I don't remember them motherfuckers at all. I mean, God, at least Team Aqua and Team Magma were shown. At least I was aware of their plans. At least I can remember the episodes that we're dealing with. You know, when Pikachu had the fucking red orb inside his body, and he was tripping out and shitting there on the boat, and Team Aqua and Team... Man, like at least the concept for Team Aqua and Team Magma were interesting, because you had these two Team Rocket-like teams going at it. And then you look at Team Galactic, and Team Galactic is literally Team Rocket with a different setup. What the fuck was the point of Team Galactic, honestly? Just someone tell me, because I don't... The motherfuckers are like almost non-existent. And then the fact that they carry on the same mindset of characters throughout the fucking region. Like, Jesse's still on this coordinator bullshit, which I think was probably one of the only few characters that actually was done a little bit better. Her and James, because you had to deal with the whole Gardenia shit with James and Cacnea was pretty well done. You know, Jessie actually was winning fucking, winning her coordinator shit. That she was actually winning contests. I thought that was okay. But after that, like, as I'm saying, it's like Sinnoh's not, though, isn't horrible, but it's the worst out of the other ones. It's like I've seen these things done better. Dawn is May. May is better. Brock is about the damn same. The doctor shit doesn't make Sinnoh Brock any fucking better. Also the fact that Sinnoh didn't have a sub-region, which I was actually so happy about, because I honestly wasn't in the fucking mood to deal with that shit. Like, I'm sorry, like, honestly, even in the games, Diamond and Pearl is like my least favorite in terms of games. So the anime wasn't gonna be that good. That's why Fifth Gen is so fucking refreshing in game and in anime, because the characters are likable, and I like the plot developments within the goddamn series, in the episodes and shit. Like, Sinnoh just had the tendency to fuck with you through like the dumbest shit. And then also on this stupid, like, yeah, Sinnoh has the most evolutions, but in terms of Pokemon development, it was okay. I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna hate on it for that. I will give Sinnoh one other thing. It is the first region to introduce the champion concept, which isn't done that bad, honestly. I mean, the champion concept isn't done bad. It's just the fact that what is her name? Cynthia. That's the problem. Like, the champion for this region was kind of forgettable in the sense that because she's like all serious and dead face, and she's like set up as like this mentor-ish character. I think she's done well. It's just like her as a character is kind of forgettable. I mean, I will say this is the first region to introduce the champion concept. It's not the first region to introduce the Elite Four. I will also the Flint and Volkner thing at the end for the gyms was actually pretty well done. I mean, as I said, Sinnoh has its good points. It's just compared to everything else, it's not that good. That's what it boils down to. But honestly, I think that's about it. That's like everything I can think of in terms of what I can mention that's good and bad about it. I think the cons outweigh the pros, because I don't care to see fucking Ash do spin dodges all the goddamn time. Also, Volt Tackle is spammed the fuck out of, and the epicness of the move is retarded after a point. It's just fuck it. It was dumb. I do like some of the gym leaders here, though. I will say I like the Mainline gym fight. The Volkner thing was done well. The Fantina thing dies in the fire. Like, I would have liked that so much more if they just fucking fought her and he didn't lose to her. Like, fuck it. Fuck it all. It was annoying. It was fucking annoying. Ugh. As I said, Don go down in a fire. I have May. What the fuck do I need Don for? The music tracks were raped in terms of openings and endings, and I blame that on the dub. Fuck you, Pokemon USA. Get the license back to 4Kids. And I think that's about it. The things I can't stand. As I said, it has its good points with the introduction of Champion. Paul's a decent rival. And I actually like the fact that they're using Paul as a basis to go into other territory. And best wishes, we have Trip. Or Shooty, depending on what continuity you're going with, Japanese or English. But anyways, that's essentially it. So that's all my thoughts I have about it. Put your thoughts in the comment section. Let's see if we can be civil about this, but then again, we're talking about Pokemon, so this wasn't going to be civil on any level, but just see what happens. So anyways, life's a game, but a win. This has been my Pokemon region review for Sinnoh, and I'll catch you guys later. Gotta catch them all. Peace!